Games Girl here, and hello and welcome to my class guide video in Lord of the Rings Online for the Champion class. Today we are going to be playing in single combat to start out with because this video is split into 4 parts, the first of which is the single combat phase. And this is Reindeer of Lorien, so say hello to Reindeer of Lorien. The champions are a class that can be played by elves, dwarves, or humans. They cannot be played by hobbits, and Bearnings are their own class and race, so they don't really count on any of this exactly. They're their own thing. But I would like to give a big thank you to my boyfriend Antonio, who was playing as Excelin in this video, so thank you very much. He was my healer, and he is a rune keeper on this character, as you probably noticed, so that's why he's doing all the heals, so that Reindeer does not die. Alright, so a little bit about the champion class. They are quite obviously a melee class. They wear heavy armor primarily, and they are capable of using two-handed weapons or dual-yielding single-handed weapons. So for example, Reindeer has a two-handed sword, which is Rona's Great Sword, if anyone is curious as to what it looks like now that there is a cosmetic weapons system in the game, and shields too. But anyway, they cannot use shields, they can only use weapons. And Reindeer uses a great sword just simply because I like the way it looks with him better to have one enormous sword. Oh, thanks for that, Excelin. He thought I was killing it too slowly. Oh, man. But anyway, the champions are heavy armor, and they can't use shields and stuff, but they are very potent in combat with dealing damage. They are primarily a damage class, although they can also be an off-tank if necessary, and especially if traded to do so. Just like every other class in LOTRO, there are 3 trait trees that a champion can be part of. Oh, here's the elite single combat phase of the video. And the champions can be in the blue line, which is the tanking line, which is basically the off-tank line, really. The red line, which is the single target damage line, so if you're only attacking one enemy at a time type of deal. Or they can be in the line that Reindeer is in, which is the yellow line, which is the AOE, or Area of Effect line. That basically just means that he can attack bunches of enemies at once and do damage to multiple enemies at the same time, not just one. But in any case, I really like champions because of the fact that they are the main melee damage class in the game. There are other classes that can do melee damage, but they're the only ones that specialize in melee damage, if you get what I mean. Like, for example, the Wardens, which their class guide video will be next, can do both ranged and melee damage, primarily, but they are a tanking class. And the champions are kind of both, but they can only do melee. They're not really ranged, even though they have one ranged skill, but it does almost no damage, so I basically never ever use it. It's the one that's control minus right now. It's Let Fly, if I remember. Oh dear, Chill Grip knocked me out. How rude! How very, very rude! Good thing I had Excelin to heal me. Oh dear. And that's one thing I forgot to mention, is that it's not always necessary, shall I say, to have a healer with you if you're playing a champion, but it sure is helpful and greatly appreciated, especially if you're going to take on multiple enemies at once, not just one at a time. And that is mainly because they're... see, here's the AOE Combat part, which is the main meat of this video. And basically, a healer is very useful with my particular playstyle with Reindeer, because he goes after multiple enemies at once, and Excelin's always bringing in more, as you guys will see time and time again throughout this video. That's just how my boyfriend is. He likes to bring me all the everythings, as he puts it. Oh dear. But in any case, they can do great damage to multiple enemies and hold their aggression. And the main skill I use to hold their aggression when he gives me tons of them is this one, Rend, that I used right there to grab those 2 orcs. Now, to be completely honest, it's not easy to keep the aggro of all these different things that he's bringing me all the time. It's it is quite challenging, which is part of why I like playing as Reindeer, because he makes it more difficult, Mr. Excellent over there. Because that darn healer's always seeking out more enemies and bringing them to me just to test me. Which I do appreciate, especially for the context of this particular video. Oh dear. And he heals me, so I forgive him. Oh goodness. But in case you couldn't tell, we are in Angmar for this video. Because the champions only get, let's see, he was level like 42 to 44 throughout this video, if I recall. Like right now he's level 43 and Excellence level 42. But, there's only 2 more skills that he has yet to earn before he doesn't get any more to level 75 and the War Steeds get involved, so I figured it was as good a time as any to show off the champion. And also, before anyone asks, I've said already that his sword is Rona's Greatsword, which anyone who might like the way it looks might want to know if they want to find it cosmetically. And his armor is the Sellsword armor set, dyed gold, which he's wearing via the wardrobe since he's not yet a high enough level to actually wear it. And his cloak is the Golden Tree Summer Cloak, dyed the color Ranger Green. So if anyone was curious about that, there you go. That's what he's wearing. And let's see, here we were taking on 1,000,000 hill beasts. Oh dear. Lots of hill beasts and good old Franky the Rock. Franky the Rock. He will have a little shout out later. Excellent keeps spawning him. He helps heal the rock, that is. Oh dear. Ah, the brutal hill beasts. They're trying to kill poor Franky. That's why I'm standing right by the rock. Like, nope, you don't hurt my rock. The rock is healing me, man. Nope, 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 nope. But yeah, having a healer is very useful, especially if you're taking on lots of them. But not necessary if you're really careful or if you really know what you're doing. I felt a lot more comfortable personally having a healer with me on this adventure because I've never actually quested in Angmar before, but I felt like it'd be a really appropriate place for a champion to go because it's just so stock full of evil stuff. Like these evil hillmen who serve Angmar. Yay, I grabbed the aggro. Good. Good job, me. Oh, dear. Oh, come on. There we go. One thing I don't like about these hillmen of Angmar, though, is that they have a tendency to use skills on you that make it so that your primary weapon gets disabled, which usually ends up being my sword. Hey, leave Franky alone! Excellent is very protective of that rock, I'm telling you. Granted, the rock is healing me, like I said, so of course he is. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hillmen. 2 just died. 3 died. Come on, another 2. That one died. This one's almost dead. Oh yeah. And they are all dead, and he found a missing page of the Joy of Battle, which is one of the books that the champions get to fill in, because once your character reaches level 39 of any class, if I recall, they get special quests where they have to find pages of, like, books relating to their class so that they can, learn more stuff, basically. And let's see. Reindeer, there you go. Grab the aggro. Interesting, apparently that one grabbed the aggro, too. Okay. But anyway, they are the only pure melee damage line. They, as you've probably noticed already, have pretty impressive AOE in a group, especially if there's a healer involved to keep them from dying. And they work as an off-tank, so they are capable of limited tanking, but they're not built to be a primary tank. They're built mostly just to do damage. But if necessary, they can draw aggro, like he did just there to save his healer friend. And like he does constantly throughout this video, because let's be honest, who can take more damage, a Rune Keeper or a champion? The champion can. And let's see, yeah, I'm not sure if I said this already, but the champion class is based off of Gimli, son of Gloin. And let's see, my first skill on my skill bar here is called Battle Frenzy, and it adds Fervor. Now what Fervor is, you see those little red bars over the sword icon? Those represent how much fervor Reindeer has built up. And he just freed himself from being stunned. Now, Fervor is extremely useful to a champion because many of the skills that they have require them to use their Fervor, and some of them build up their Fervor. Like, for example, Battle Frenzy is the primary skill that you use to build up your Fervor because it fills up the whole thing all at once, and if I recall correctly, that is a skill you only get if you are in the AOE line, which is the yellow trait tree line. I could be wrong on that, but I'm 90% sure that that's the case. But anyway, skills 1 through 7 for Leindeer, well actually 2 through 7 really, are his single target skills, which just simply means that they only attack one target at a time. Whereas skills 8 through the equals sign are his area of effect skills. Franky the Rock! Shout out to Franky. Shout out to Franky! But let's see, skill number 2 is called Swift Strike, and it builds up 1 Fervor, and it's of course a single target. Wild Attack is number 3. It's a single target and builds 1 Fervor, so he just used it there and it added a Fervor. And number 4 is Hamstring. It's a single target and it takes 1 Fervor. And 5 is Savage Strikes, single target and it takes 2 Fervor. Number 6 is Merciful Strike. It's a single target, but it only works on enemies who are 20% or less health-wise, so if most of their morale is gone, then you can use it on them. See, it just freed up there, and I may or may not use it. Nope, I did not use it there. But I use it right there. See, I like to use it as a finishing skill on my enemies because of the fact that it only opens up once they're already almost completely dead. And let's see, that one takes 5 Fervor. And let's see, he's drawing all the aggro of these guys, oh my goodness. Now, skill number 7, for anyone who's curious, is the only skill that adds to their health. Adds to the health of the champion. It is called Bracing Attack. It's a single target skill, and it takes 3 Fervor. And since I have a healer with me, I almost never have to use it, but you may see me use it every once in a while throughout this video. Now, skills 8 through the equals sign are my area of effect, so these are the ones I'm using primarily here since we're in the AOE portion of the video, which is the meat of this one. Let's see, skill number 8 right there, that is the Horn of Gondor. That is a stun, as you probably noticed, and it takes 5 Fervor. Number 9 is Blade Storm. It is another AoE. Ooh, that one that was like flashing right there, that is called Exchange of Blows. It's a single target skill, but it looks cool, darn it. But anyway, back to Blade Storm. It takes 4 Fervor. Now, skill 0 is Raging Blade. That one is another AoE, and it takes 3 Fervor, and I think it might draw aggro. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's see. No, it did not draw aggro. Darn it. But Rend sure did. Rend is the one that I have on my minus key. It is the AoE skill that adds 2 Fervor and adds Threat, which is why I use it a whole heck of a lot in this video. Because see those red circles that were over the orcs' heads when I used Rend? That signifies that I got their aggro. Which is why I use that one so much, because let's be real, I don't want them attacking Ecthel, and that would not end well. And the last one on my bar, on the equals button, is Blade Wall. It's an AoE skill, and it doesn't add or take away any fervor, and if you heard that noise, that was one of my cats, don't mind them. Oh dear. And in case anyone's curious, Control 1 is my sprint skill, which just simply makes it so that I run faster. Hey, leave Franky alone, you darn orc. Leave him alone, meanie. He's only a rock, he didn't do anything to you. Thank you, Ecthelin. And let's see. Skill Control 2 is Clobber, which interrupts inductions. And an example of an induction, in case you can't think of one off the top of your head, you know how bears will often in this game get up on their hind legs and look at you with an evil eye and then roar like crazy and give you a fear effect? if you use the clobber skill on them just before they manage to do the yell part, you'll interrupt it. Yay, Horn of Gondor, that thing is so useful. I'm telling you guys, skill number 8, Horn of Gondor, so useful as a stun. Especially when he brings me all the everythings. Oh dear. And I already talked about exchange of blows, and let's see, Alt and equals. That skill is my challenge skill, which you've probably seen me use quite often, as it is my main aggro drawing skill, but it only draws the aggro of one enemy at a time. See, here I'm using it. See, that's where he just screamed and then the enemy comes right after him. That one is extremely useful, especially when he decides to bring me a lot of enemies and I miss one when I'm using rend or whatever. Let's see, 1, 4, down, 2, down, 3, down, and not even hurt thanks to excellence. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Oh, goodness. And he brought me all of these guys, and he's going to go get more, of course, because he's always trying to test me. See, I just used the challenge skill there to draw that Iron Crown fighter. These guys are scary, not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, how many did he bring me? Okay, good job, good job. Awakened yourself from being stunned. Let's see. I don't honestly remember the name of that skill that breaks the stun, but it's quite useful. And then this, I just had to go after that guy, hoping to all hopes that he would actually come after me. Because, as you've probably noticed, I only have 2 skills that really draw aggro. So it's not easy to be the tank as a champion, at least not in the trait line that I'm currently in with Reindeer. But I do my best so that Excellent does not croak. Oh dear. And he's bringing more. Of course he's bringing more. What else is new? Let's see, I'm using Rend here just to ensure that I've got their aggro while he's standing over there healing me. And I'm not sure if he's hiding or bringing more. Oh, he was bringing more. Of course he was. And this darning Marum, they made it so I couldn't use my sword. I hate when they do that. Ugh. There we go. I got the aggro of all 3 of them. And one nice thing about the AOE skills is that you may have tons of enemies on you at the same time, but because of the way that they do their damage, all the enemies die in front of you pretty much at the same moment, or at least at a similar moment if they joined combat at different points of their, of the battle, really. Like, let's see. We are fighting more of these guys again. And that one's over there in the corner talking to a rock. That's interesting. Oh, Lord. And he brought me 2 more, so I've got 4 of them on me now. And I forgot to mention this, but most of my AoE skills can attack between 5 to 7 enemies at once. So most of them are either 5 or 7 enemies. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, so hopefully most of the skills that Reindeer was using here are the ones that do damage to up to 7, considering he had 6 of them. Let's see, 1 just dropped, another dropped, and another, and another. Oh my, only 2 left. Good job, Reindeer. Only 1 more to go. Only 1 more enemy. Yay. Very good indeed. And then I was getting the aggro of this guy. Trying not to use the challenge skill when possible, just because it has a fairly long cooldown, which is quite annoying. Ugh. And who was Excellent being shot at by? The scout. Of course he was. Of course he was. Oh dear. Now, did he leave me alone for this? Or was he actually healing me? I don't know. I don't see any heals. There they go. Okay, he wasn't healing me at first. He must have been getting in a good position to do that. And he's bringing me 2 more if the mini-map is to be believed. Oh no. Yep. The mini-map is to be believed, guys. Nice. That was good. And then I just woke myself up from being stunned while Excellent's over there healing like crazy. And Franky spawned up Reindeer. But that's awkward. Oh dear. Oh dear. But yeah, I really love playing as the champion because this may sound a little strange, but I feel like there's something kind of majestic in a way about him being able to have like 6 or 7 enemies attacking him all at once and yet not die. That's just epic to me. I don't know. There's something awesome about it that I really love. Granted, that's only possible because of my healer due to the fact that he keeps bringing me all sorts of on-level or higher enemies, but, you know, it's all good. And apparently Reindeer Leaf Sword became Matham Seeker. Good to know. Good to know. Oh dear. But yeah. If it's rather dark in this video, I apologize, because obviously Angmar's pretty darn dark. Especially in the areas that we were questing in because of what level he was. There were only 2 more skills for him to unlock, so I figured it would be a good time to do the video. And I don't remember what those 2 skills are, but they're just simply a couple more combat skills. They're nothing too exciting. But I don't think I've talked about the Boast skill, which is Control 4, but sadly I was not able to show that one off in this video. But basically what it is you use that skill when you're around other players and they'll just involuntarily cheer because you're telling them of how awesome you are, and then they get all inspired and cheer. It's great. And use the Horn of Gondor to knock out those orcs. And you guys may notice that even when I am being attacked by multiple enemies, I sometimes use the single combat skills just because I need to build up more fervor to use the stronger AoE skills, and I don't always have the first skill, Battle Frenzy, available in order to add more fervor, because as you can probably tell, like right now, it has quite the long cooldown. So while it is in the process of cooling down, I have a tendency to try and use some of my single combat skills, and occasionally some of my AoE skills as well that build up fervor. Because most of the AoE skills use fervor, just as quite a few of the ones that are single combat do as well. And that standing stone made him scared. Well, not standing stone, watching stone. Whatever statue that was up there was scary. Which is why they had the fear effects and the dread. Which is why we got away. We got out of the red box. Ah, one of them's going up. Oh, 2 of them. Oh dear. Oh dear. There I have 5 orcs on me, protecting Franky and Excellent. Oh gosh! I used the Horn of Gondor, it knocked out 4 of them. Let's see, I have all their aggro. That orc died, that orc died! Oh yeah, that one died! Only 2 more to go, Reindeer, only 2 more to go! Heck yes, and I found a missing page of the Joy of Battle. Fantastic. Alright, Excellent. For pity's sake, don't bring me more. Okay, at least not right now. Okay, good. He didn't bring me more here. I just put the false orders in the box and we went on our merry way, I think. Didn't we? Yes. And now we enter the AOE Combat with Elites section of the video. There are only 2 battles in this particular section of the video, but they are very intense, as you can probably guess by the fact that it's area of effect elites. Now, these Iron Crown crossbowmen were a slightly higher level than him, and at first I thought we were only going to go after this one because I accidentally aggroed it, but of course Excellent is all like, no, we need more, so he brought me like 2 others and I was just about to kill him, but it ended up being okay in the end. And at the very end, this may seem a little backwards, but we will get to the first bit of footage that I shot, because this was not shot in chronological order, as you may have noticed, I don't know. But in any case, the last part of this video, we will be taking on a special threat that I feel is particularly fitting for a champion. And let's see, he just used the Exchange of Blows skill there on the Angmar. And there's not much difference between normal area of effect combat and area of effect combat with an elite, except for the fact that you really need a healer for these ones because they deal a lot more damage and they obviously have a lot more health that you need to deplete. Oh dear. See, Excellent's heals are so useful right now. Otherwise, Reindeer would probably be more than half dead, if not dead himself. Oh dear. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Because I don't usually solo with this particular champion, but I have soloed champions before, and it's perfectly feasible if you want to play solo. But personally, I find it more fun to do in a group, because that way you can take on more stuff. Especially if you have a healer. But yeah, oh my gosh, die you stupid Angmarim. These things are so hard to kill because they've got so much health. And of course he's like, it's almost dead, aw, I'll bring you more. And I'm like, no! So of course I got the aggro of this one so that it wouldn't murder him. And I was terrified he was going to bring both of them, not just one. Oh gosh, because if you notice there were two of them down there. I was like yelling at him and screaming, it was great. I'm like, no, not more! But of course I'm too nice to just let him die and run away or anything like that, so... Horn of Gondor! Stun those Angmarim men! Good job, Leindeer! I'm using all the AOE skills that I can possibly pull out of my hat here. Well, he doesn't have a hat, but you know what I mean. And these darn Angmarim, they keep giving him fear effects. And I was scared because I was getting really low on power. So, this is probably going to be one of the only times you guys ever get to... Oh, shiznits, we attracted a third. I forgot this one. Oh. This third one is the devil, I swear. This third one is horrible. Because he kept spawning stuff and I couldn't stop him in time. I was having such a hard time. He kept spawning giant spiders. It was terrible, and one of them just killed Franky, and then he respawned Franky. Oh, it was dreadful. But you guys will see me do a fellowship maneuver with Exelin, and for pretty much the first time ever, you'll get to see me use the blue one to refill the power, because in my main Let's Play, I pretty much only ever use the red one for the fellowship maneuver, because I'm just trying to do more damage, and we're usually perfectly fine on health. Oh, Horn of Gondor, how much you helped me. See, here's the part where we use the blue for power, because Leindeer was really low on power. Well, getting low. There we go. Good job, Leindeer. And now he had plenty of power because, let's be real, I don't have any good Celebrant, really, in my inventory, if you noticed before. Oh, gosh. I can't believe I kept forgetting to use Clobber on the Iron Crown Keeper, though. Oh, why did I keep forgetting to use Clobber? Because he kept doing inductions. See, there he goes again. There he goes. And I couldn't remember which skill it was that interrupts inductions. If I had known, I wouldn't have had to deal with so many gigantic spiders. Man. Oh well. It's a little late now, but that's okay. More battle for you guys to witness. Right? Right. Oh dear. Die, you stupid Iron Crown Keeper. Die, 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 die! No more spiders! No more giant spiders, please and thank you. Ugh, good lord. And now my personal favorite part of the video is coming right up, you guys. Oh yes, and I'm bowing before Exelin because he's so very helpful and I appreciate it greatly. But here, he's level 42 because, like I said, this was filmed before the rest of the video, actually. But we encountered drakes. What is more champion-like than going after a dragon? I don't know. And this is the closest to a full-on dragon we're gonna get in LOTRO at this stage of things, so... Hey, I'll take it. Oh, goodness. But this was a lot of fun. I love this. And Leindeer was totally going after that drake. Goodness gracious, that thing has 5 times his morale. That's kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. Well, not quite 5 times, but pretty darn close. Yikes. Let's just say Franky the Rock was very useful here, and so was Exelin. Because, let's be real, that thing is a wannabe dragon. It's a wannabe dragon. And there's more of them back there, and we will fight more, not just this one. See, Exelin was being slightly evil as usual and bringing me more. Ah! Burning, burning, burning! Oh my lord, I'm burning! We were burning! Oh no! Oh gosh. But here I'm getting the aggro of both of them so that they don't go after Exelin. And they were like awkwardly inside each other, but that's okay, right? That's okay. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I hope that this was informative to you guys and that you were able to learn a little something about the champions. If you have any more questions regarding this class, please Please feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section of this video. I'm going to be ending this part here. I hope that you all enjoyed it, well, this video. Please be sure to give it a like and to subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. I will be seeing you all in my next video, and for the record, my next class guide video is going to be the Warden class guide. And then I plan to do the Runekeepers after that, but yeah, I was dying because Exelin was not being very useful at that point. I don't know what was going on. I was burning. I think he may have gotten stunned or something. I don't know. And I thought this video was almost over. Yes, it is. Never mind, just kidding. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, Drakes. Oh yes, and here I thought he was going to go get me another because he was threatening, which is why I'm crying. And then Landier will faint. But yeah, bye! Come on, Landier. Come on. He's done. He's so done.